around. This one is Of the Universe and Everything Therein by Moffat Girl. It is, excuse me, it's a Snowman and Doc Scratch, mentions of Slick, character study. I was listening to too much the Magnus Archive when I started this. Graphic descriptions, not safe for work wording. Snowman doesn't hygienize. I don't know how to say that. Her speech very well. Imagine she's monologuing to you over a glass of wine. Custom work skin. I was a bit scared of it, but it looked great. And the work skin, it came out very nicely. So
Very good. At least a 10 out of 10. Very least.
Indoctrinating you into the wonderful world of fighting with AO3 CSS implementation. So, alrighty. Alex, whenever you want to get started, we will get started.
Wrong button.
No worries.
Is it good being the universe? Before, when I was a queen, I felt not much different. A weird, almost bittersweet feeling. It was good to be surrounded by people who would do all your wishes just by a nod of your head, no matter how frivolous, demeaning, or cruel they were. And like testing how far they would degrade themselves just for me. Found out it was a very long stride, actually. Well, most of them, but I wish not speak about him now.
Exile didn't come unexpectedly, but it wasn't welcome. And I found out, just like that the intent of loyalty ends when people are no longer bound by law to it. They all left me, by the escape pod, to bear with myself. They'd rather face the desert on their own with no resources than to share food and shelter with me. Ingrates. Without me there, they wouldn't even have survived to the desert at all.
I missed them. I spent 2 days starved, for I couldn't open the cans of food at my disposal. How did people ever do it in their daily lives? I thought at the time. No wonder they were all blunt-clawed. In either case, I fended off for a while. I never considered myself a social person, and I must say that, while I missed the looks of terror when I talked and the indulgent dispositions, I didn't mind being alone. For the moment, that was.
When food ran short, I knew I had to leave the vessel, but dreaded the thought. I'm prideful, it is true, but I'm not stupidly vain. I know I can't kill and butcher a beast for my own benefit. Some people might. For some of it, I lost my place. Some people might. For some, it might even be the only thing that they're competent at. Myself, I can be a murderer, if so need to desire. But I can't hunt. I can't bear the thought of living without my, amenities. I can't survive the desert.
I packed my things and headed off during the night. I had to find shelter come morning, I knew that much, but I wasn't counting on it. I was ready to die, to have my malnourished remains cooked to a fine delicacy by the scalding sun and pecked at by white animals with just as much need to survive than I did. I laid, defeated, feeling the sand sink me into the dunes, a desperate attempt to keep my temperature in the cold, chilling night. Nothing but the stars and my own disgraced thoughts were for company. Maybe the sand would swallow me whole, I thought, and I'd be forever fossilized for future generations to admire. Hoped I wasn't a flattering pose.
I saw
Him. He.
roached, cut against the dark sky and the sphere of his head shining, gently, faint, friendly. Inviting, even. He let me know that he could help me if I helped him.
I could have shelter, and feast in delightful food, and dress in the finest clothing, live with just as much standards as a queen deserves, former or otherwise, if I became his host.
He told me, although I didn't realize the gravity of the situation at the time. I figure empty stomachs speak louder than double entendre processing.
We'll spare the details of the process. It wasn't painless, but didn't kill me. Nothing I couldn't handle. Do you know how it feels to be bound to the universe? To feel it pulsating, breathing in your shell, your heart, your womb?
I don't think you would. I don't think anyone would. But I can feel it. Every birth and every death, of every star, every planet, every life form. They twinkle in my shell, little freckles and liver spots. Sometimes I name them. Then I feel sad when they're no longer there.
Okay, Nero, you're up next if you want to take over the paragraph starting
which
with. It's a paradoxical situation in of the universe and everything therein.
We're like midway, if that helps.
Yeah, we're about halfway through it.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Just you done with the previous liner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're up.
All right. It's a paradoxical situation to see yourself in. The universe is not inside me. I am inside the universe. Snowman, the former Black Queen of Durst, lives and breathes, and goes shopping and fucks her kismesis and sleeps around. Hold up. Goes shopping and fucks her kismesis and sleeps surrounded by soft, unethically sourced cotton. And she's content like that. She's inside her own universe. Then there's a gentle pang of pain, like a blister that went unchecked, and a few specks of light disappear from the back of my hand, and I mourn them just a tiny bit. The universe isn't part of me, but sometimes when a cluster of stars gets swallowed by a black hole or a supernova brings forth a bunch of new ones, it feels like it is. There we go. How was that?
No, you're good. We're doing round robin narration.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, it's me. Okay. If it sounds like a pleasant experience, it's because I grew used to it. I don't want the bond to the universe, I never did. It's uncomfortable to feel it inside you. Even though you know it's not, it's painful and sore and annoyingly communal. As I said, I am not a social person. Having the entire universe as company isn't the walk in the park you'd think it would be. I'd rather be left alone.
You would think being part of the mob would take my mind off of it for a bit. Sometimes it does. Most times it just puts it on a pedestal, because none shall hurt the bearer of the universe lest it come to an end permanently. It's almost torture if it didn't make me lightly nostalgic. A nice return to the treatment I used to receive. I just wish someone, anyone, would have the gumption to shrug upon the knowledge of my bonds and go for the kill anyways. At least give me a pinch of the thrill of fear.
Not even spades, does it? Knives and cosmetic foreplay aside, when I point his blade to my chest and tell him to do it already, he backs off, he flusters, and spits an array of unrelated curses at me. He's too afraid to die to actually do anything besides threats and scowls. It's pitiful, really. Before, he was the only one who could actually make me fear what might happen to me. The only one who didn't care that I was the queen and that wouldn't let me walk on his back just because I wished it. He knew what I was doing, and he wouldn't let me. It was thrilling and exciting, and I loathe him so much for it. Now, he's gone soft. He's pudding. He can't bear the thought of killing me and everything else within. And when before it was almost all he thought about. And in a way, it makes me loathe him even more. How dare he, to have people in his life that make him rethink every time I taunt him, every time I push his buttons, every time I beg for him to hurt me. That make him say something sappy instead, moronic, decadent. That makes it easier for him to deny my requests, knowing full well it's what I crave the most.
Sounds like a miserable experience. Why not end it all, one might ask? Why not bring an end to your misery yourself? Should I read the next part?
Yes,
or?
please.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just as weak as him in that regard. Come to think of it. There is nobody I'd rather live on despite my demise in this universe, of course. But it's not really something I can see doing to myself. I don't wish to be hurt. I wish to be hurt by others. I grew tired of being treated like a royal sometimes. But at the same time, it's rather satisfying. Nostalgic, as I said.
I suppose the universe doesn't give me only despair. I'm not affected by the smoke I breathe, at least not in the long run. I will live forever, or for as long as the universe itself does. I couldn't bear children even if I wanted to. I can live on in debauchery and luxury for as long as I would like. Just me and all the stars for company. Then why does it feel like a lonely existence?
The universe and everything therein aren't good enough for company. They're a burden I carry, a curse laid on me by the
Eminently mortal.
to mock me, to make me the center of the universe as I deserve, but as a shell of what it is supposed to be. It's outrageous and undignified. What good is being the universe if you're only carrying it like a basket, and not even a basket that anyone wants? Nobody wants to end the universe, no matter how cartoonishly villainous they are. At least, take
not
it.
until it is supposed to. I am alone in the world, as the single carriage of this plane of existence. Nobody knows what it's like to be me, because nobody else has been the Black Queen of the Dark Kingdom of Durst, and nobody else has been the banished Fuzzy Royal, and nobody else has been Snowman, and nobody else has been the bearer of the universe. Not even the trillions and trillions of stars adorning my shell can possibly compare to me. I am alone by my own merits.
Is it good being the universe? It is utterly, dreadfully solitary, and utterly, wholly sublime. Take it as you will.
That was really good.
That was good.
That was really good.
Again.
Excellent.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too.
Excellent job.
As usual, Martha makes excellent fic.
Yeah.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
it's a character study
Yes, like-
Snowman deserved, and also, Rye, I really enjoyed your performance of your last paragraph there.
Oh, thank
That
you.
was quite good. I
Very
enjoyed that a
good.
lot.
It's really good.
Yeah.